Good day. My name is Kie Westby. In the election of 1860, Abraham Lincoln said that the central question before our nation was whether our nation could exist half free or half slave. Our forefathers voted with Lincoln and with freedom, and from a bloody and brutal civil war, our country emerged with a more mature understanding of our founding principles, namely that all men are created equal and that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, namely life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. 100 years later, in 1960, we faced a different kind of challenge. A challenge from a belligerent and aggressive Soviet Union. Then Senator John F. Kennedy said that the question and challenge for the world was whether we could survive half free or half slave, and that the answer to that question was within each individual citizen of the United States and as our nation as a whole. He said that if the United States fails, then the whole cause of freedom will fail around the world. I cite these two elections because they point out that the central questions, the central issues, are still peace and freedom, and they have been for over 170 years. Our nation today is struggling with failed leadership. We are on the verge of a leadership crisis in our country. We have a government that is spending beyond its means. We have a government that is unable to practice the American virtues of hard work, thrift, and personal responsibility. I'm not satisfied with a government that lives beyond its means. I'm not satisfied with a government that extends its presence beyond its proper purpose. I am not satisfied with a government that hamstrings our private companies with confiscatory tax rates and antiquated labor policies. Despite all of these problems, we are still the hope and dream of people around the world. People from all corners of the globe still want to come to the United States to earn a living, to raise a family, and to enjoy the fruits of freedom and prosperity. What we have in this country is not a failure of American spirit. What we have is a failure of American leadership. People are not satisfied with the incumbent leadership in Washington. And furthermore, they're not satisfied with the candidates for United States Senate. People in the state of Connecticut will not find satisfaction from Christopher Murphy or Susan Bysowitz. Their idea of progress comes at the expense of individual freedom and authentic community. Their record in office reads like a long list of violations of their oaths to the Constitution. To be equally frank, satisfaction will not come from Linda McMahon or Christopher Shays. It is important not to underestimate the skill or success in business, no matter what kind of business that is. But when the smoke dissipates and $50 million has been burned through, it will be no surprise that the people of Connecticut prefer principle over pomp. Now, many insiders say that Christopher Shays, because he's a moderate or a centrist, has a better chance of getting elected. But that moderation was unappealing in 2008, and his vacillating moderation is even less appealing today. Americans are crying out for new leadership, leadership that will stand up and speak out to restore the founding principles of our country. America is calling forth for candidates who appreciate the Constitution and the principles that made our country great. At this time, I am expressing my commitment to the voters of Connecticut that I will stand up, that I will serve them and dedicate my efforts to them as their representative senator in the United States. When I take office, I will ensure that we put together policies that drive the economy forward, that create good private sector jobs, that create prosperity and security for American families, and result in strong earnings for the American companies that our seniors are invested in. I will make sure that every proposal before the Senate, before it comes law, has a cost-benefit analysis that will empower each and every American citizen, regardless of race, creed, or current station in life. When I'm sworn in the Senate, there will only be one class of United States citizen, and that will be first class. May God bless this great country, the Constitution, and the founding principles that have made our country great.